Welcome to the series of lecture on finite element analysis. In this part, we are going to discuss on these weighted residual methods. In the last part itself, we started what is weighted residual method, what are the types of weighted residual methods available. So today also we are going to continue that discussion. In the last part, we had an example on which the residual function does not have any x term, right? So in this example, I am going to consider this example to explain you if the residual function has x term, then how to apply all these weighted residual method. Now come to this example problem. So the differential equation given in this problem is d square y by dx square plus 400 x square equal to 0. It is a second order homogeneous differential equation, and the domain is x is varying from 0 to 1, and the boundary conditions given are at x equal to 0 y takes value of 0, at x equal to 1 y takes the value of 0 again. So both are essential boundary conditions only. Okay, so the lower boundary or lower limit of x y 0 and upper limit of x value also y 0, and find the solution of the problem using the trial function is mentioned in this problem, right? The trial function y of x equal to a1 x 1 minus x a2 x 1 minus x cube. So we have to use this given trial function for solving this differential equation. So in the last example already I told you, suppose if the trial function is not specified, how to assume the trial function. There is a thumb rule we have to follow, that is the minimum order of polynomial trial function will be equal to maximum order of differential equation. By that way only we have to assume the trial function, but in this example the trial function is given, so we will go with that one. And how to proceed this problem we will let us see. The first step, we have to write down whether all the conditions are given for a mathematical model, right? The three things we have to write down. One is the governing differential equation d square y by dx square plus 400 x square equal to 0. Then domain varying from 0 to 1, and the boundary condition. There are two boundary conditions, y of 0 equal to 0, y of 1 equal to 0. So these are the three conditions are given in the problem. Okay, now coming to the trial function part. Actually we have to assume a trial function, then we have to make it the trial function into a eligible trial function. This is the usual procedure, but in this example, since the trial functions are mentioned in the question, we are considering that trial function. But before using the trial function, we have to check that whether this given trial function is satisfying the boundary conditions specified. Okay, so here what are the boundary conditions specified at x equal to 0, y 0, right? Now you see the given trial function a1 x 1 minus x, right? So x into 1 minus x cube. So when you put x equal to 0, then y becomes 0, and also when you put x equal to 1, again the condition is satisfied. So we can consider the given trial function as a eligible trial function, right? So in this case, the trial function, eligible trial function is rewritten like this: a1, we are multiplying the x inside the bracket, so a1 x minus x square plus a2 x minus x to the power 4. So now suppose if the trial function is not specified, we have to follow this rule. So minimum order of polynomial required to solve this problem is a second order polynomial. But why they are giving this fourth order polynomial here means to improve the accuracy of the solution, right? That is important. So in this case, when we use this fourth order trial function, definitely it will improve the accuracy of the solution obtained in this weighted residual method. Okay, otherwise for minimum accuracy, this problem can be solved by using the second order polynomial itself. Okay, now coming to the next step. Now after knowing this eligible trial function, we have to evaluate the residual function. So we have to substitute this what is residual function. If you substitute this trial function on governing differential equation, then the governing differential equation becomes residual function. So now y star of x equal to a1 x minus x square plus a2 x minus x power 4. This is given function. Now if you want to apply this into the governing differential equation, first you have to differentiate it 2 times, right? So differentiating one time, dy by dx, a1 x minus x square will become 1 minus 2x plus a2 x minus x to the power 4 become 1 minus 4x cube. Then differentiating further, d square y by dx square is equal to a1, then 1 becomes 0, 2x will become 2, and plus in the second part a2, 1 is 0, 4x cube becomes 12x square. Okay, on simplifying this, d square y by dx square, we are getting minus 2a1 minus 12a2 x square, right? So now substituting this one, what is the governing differential equation? Governing differential equation is d square y by dx square plus 400 x square equal to 0. Now we evaluated the d square y by dx square, right? Then your residual function will be minus 2a1 minus 12a2 x square plus 400 x square. This is the residual function. In this residual function, we have two unknown, a1 and a2, and also we have x term, right? So this is the most common example actually. So if this type of residual function, how to apply this weighted residual method, we will see one by one. First method, as we discussed, point collocation method. What is the procedure followed here? We have to select a point at which we are going to assume residual is 0, right? Those points are called collocation point. Now I'll explain how to select those collocation points. So now in this example, the residual function is minus 2a1 minus 12a2 x square plus 400 x square, in which we have a1 a2 two unknown. So since our residual function has two unknown coefficient a1 and a2, we need two collocation points to solve this equation, right? So how to determine the collocation points? So for that I'm showing graphically here. So in this graph, x-axis we have 0 to 1, that is the boundary limit. Then within this boundary, since we have to select a two collocation point, if it is one collocation point, we have to take the midpoint of the domain. Now it is a two collocation point is required, so what you have to do is divide the total domain into two halves. So 0 to 0.5, then point or 0 to 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 to 1. This is the domain. Then we have to select the center point of this domain. So 0 to 1 by 2, the center point is 1 by 4. From 1 by 2 to 1, the center point is 3 by 4. So the two collocation points will be 1 by 4, x1 equal to 1 by 4 and x2 equal to 3 by 4. So by using these 2 points, we are what is the collocation method? At point x1, we are going to assume residual is 0. At point x2, again we are going to assume residue is 0. So these two will give you two simultaneous equation. Then solving these two equation, we are able to evaluate a1, the coefficient a1 and a2 values. Okay, now let us see how to do this one. First we are taking x1 at x equal to 1 by 4, we have to assume r of x equal to 0. So this will lead to one simultaneous equation. So at r of x, we know already derived r of x equation, minus 2a1 minus 12a2 x square plus 400 x square equal to 0. So in this equation, we have to put x equal to 1 by 4. Wherever x comes, we have to put 1 by 4. So after substituting x equal to 1 by 4, then we have to rearrange the terms. Then we will get the first equation, 2a1 plus 0.75a2 is equal to 25. This is the first equation having two unknown a1 a2. Now coming to second boundary, the second collocation point, at x equal to 3 by 4, r of x equal to 0. Again we are assuming at the second collocation point the residue is 0. Now substituting x equal to 3 by 4 on this r of x, it will yield the second equation. The second equation comes like this: 2a1 plus 6.75a2 is equal to 225. Now solving this equation 4 and 5, we are able to get the solution for a1 and a2. So a1 is coming approximately 0 and a2 value is 33.3343, like that. So we can stop up to 3 decimal places accuracy. So now substituting this a1 a2 value in this r of x, right? So the r of x value will be like this, and y star of x, that is our solution, right? Y star of x will be having only a2 term, right? Because a1 is nearly 0. So it is a2 is 33.333 multiplied by x into x minus x to the power 4. This is our solution. Now the eligible trial function yield the solution for this governing differential equation. If we want to verify the accuracy level, what we have to do, already I explained. What we have to do, we have to substitute this solution to the governing differential equation. That means we have to differentiate it 2 times and substitute in the governing differential equation this one, plus 400 x square equal to 0, right? So now we got a solution for y. Then we differentiate that solution 2 times and add this 400 x square. It should give 0, but it will not be exactly equal to 0 because it is approximate solutions only. Okay, because we are using finite, that is weighted residual method, approximate method. So y star of x, we found the solution using point collocation method. Okay, now coming to the next method is subdomain method. So in this method, to select the or to solve the unknowns, right? There are 2 unknown present in the r of x, so a1 and a2. Now we have to divide the given domain into 2 subdomain, and we are going to assume that residue is 0 over this subdomain, right? So this is the method we are going to follow. Now coming to this example, so what is the domain here? 0 to 1, right? So that domain is divided into 2 half, 0 to 1 by 2. So in this domain we have to integrate the residual and equate to 0. Similarly, the next domain 1 by 2 to 1, in this domain we have to integrate the residue and equate to 0. So this method will give you better approximation than this point collocation method. So now these 2 integration will give 2 simultaneous equation. On solving this 2 simultaneous equation, we are able to get the values of a1 and a2. Now this is the first domain, integral 0 to 1 by 2, then r of x dx, where r of x is minus 2a1 minus 12a2 x square plus 400 x square. Now you do the integration and apply the limit. So minus 2a1 become 2a1x, minus 12a2 x square will become minus 12a2 x cube by 3, plus 400 x square will become 400 x cube by 3 after integration. And you have to, what are the limits? 0 to 1 by 2. So now you apply the limits on x term and equate to 0. Then since the lower limit is 0, we can easily find the equation. The final equation comes like this: a1 plus 0.5a2, which is equal to 16.667. This is the first equation achieved by using first subdomain, that is the domain 0 to 1 by 2. Similarly, we have to get this equation for a second subdomain, which is varying from 1 by 2 to 1. Now here the lower limit is 1 by 2, upper limit is 1. So you have to carefully do this one, and integrating this r of x, we will get the same terms: minus 2a1x minus 12a2 x cube by 3 plus 400 x cube by x cube by 3. Applying limit 1 by 2, lower limit, upper limit is 1. Now both limits are having values, so you have to substitute the limits and subtract the upper limit value and the lower limit value, right? So you have to do it carefully. Then after subtraction, you will get the final equation as a1 plus 3.5a2 which is equal to 116.667, right? This is the second equation obtained by using second subdomain. Okay, so now on solving these two equation, we are able to get the value of a1 and a2 like this. A1 comes as 3.33 into 10 to the power minus 4. Here we can use this a1 as it is, or otherwise we can approximately we can say it is equal to 0, since already we have assumed it is 0, right, in the point collocation method. So now when you write the solution, y star of x will be 33.33 x minus x to the power 4. This is the final solution for the y star of x. Now in the subdomain method, we used to divide the given domain into number of subdomain. Number of subdomain will be equal to number of unknown, right? Now the next method, we'll see least square method. So what is least square method? It is somewhat different. So in this method, a functional is arrived. What is the functional? Already told you, function of a function. Here we are going to square the residual function, and that squared residual function will be integrated over the domain. That integration will be taken as a functional. Then that value, that functional will be differentiated with respect to the number of unknown, which will give you the number of simultaneous equation. On solving that simultaneous equation, we will get the solution for a1 a2. Okay, now coming to the present example. Now we have two unknown a1 and a2 in this example. So first we will get the functional. So I is equal to integral over 0 to 1, that is the domain value, r of x whole square dx. Okay, now integral 0 to 1, substitute the r of x value whole square dx. Now in this example, we have r of x have three terms, that is minus 2a1 first term, minus 12a2 x square second term, plus 400 x square is the third term, here. So now when you square it, we can use a plus b plus c whole square formula. But sometimes if you have a very long expression for residual function, then squaring will become very difficult. So in that case, there is a shortcut for the least square method. Once you get this I value, functional value, what we are going to do is, we are going to differentiate the functional with respect to unknown, right? a1, a2 like that. So directly we can express that differentiation. Dou I by dou a1, that is partial differentiation, will be equal to integral r of x multiplied by dou r by dou a1 into dx. That is the another way of solving this least square method. So it is also very easy to solve, because we are not going to square it, right? We are not going to square the residual. So it is only r of x multiplied by dou r by dou a1. So this dou r by dou a1, we can easily found it out. Okay, differentiation of the residual function with respect to unknown a1. Similarly, we can frame dou I by dou a2 is equal to integral r of x dou r by dou a2 dx. So these two will give you the two simultaneous equation, and solving will get the solution for a1 and a2. Now let us see how to solve this one. So dou r by dou a1, now we know what is a residual function. So dou r minus 2a1 minus 12a2 x square plus 400 x square is this your r of x. When you differentiate this r of x with respect to a1, we will get only minus 2. Similarly, when you differentiate this r of x with respect to a2, we will get only minus 12 x square, right? Other term become constant. So now dou r by dou a1 equal to minus 2, dou r by dou a2 is equal to minus 12 x square. So from equation, that is first equation, right? Dou I by dou a1, which is equal to integral over the domain r of x multiplied by dou r by dou a1. Here dou r by dou a1 is minus 2. So now the problem is simplified, right? So instead of squaring, we can just do the multiplication and the integration. So minus 2 is a constant, so we can take outside the integration. and do the integration for the remaining term. So already we did this integration, same value, and apply the limit 0 to 1. So finally we will end up with the equation 2a1 plus 4a2 is equal to 133.33, right? This is the first equation. Similarly, dou I by dou a2, here integral 0 to 1 r of x expression multiplied by dou I by dou a2, this is minus 12x square dx, right? Now take this minus 12 constant outside, then outside the integration, multiply the x square inside the bracket. So now integral minus 12 integral 0 to 1 minus 2a1 x square minus 12a2 x power 4 plus 400 x to the power 4 dx equal to 0. Now we are applying the limit is 0 to 1. Okay, so 0 to 1. Now after applying the limit and simplifying it, we will get this expression, because this minus 12 we can take the other side, we can eliminate this 12 minus 12 because right hand side is 0. So the remaining alone consider here. So the final expression is 0.666 a1 plus 2.4 a2 equal to 80. So we have first equation like this, 2a1 plus 4a2 is equal to 133.333. Here 0.666 a1 plus 2.4 a2 equal to 80. Now using your calculator equation mode, we are able to solve these two equation. Then the solution is taken as a1 and a2. So here a1 is coming as 3.74 10 power minus 3. Either you can consider this as 0 or otherwise we can keep as it is. So a2 is coming 33.33. So our final solution will be y star of x equal to 33.33 x minus x to the power 4. Suppose if you consider this a1 expression for a1, then in the final solution we have to write this eligible trial function like this. What is the eligible trial function? Initially we derived this a1 value. If you want to assume a1, it is 3.374 into 10 power minus 3 into x minus x2 square. Here 33.333 x minus x to the power 4. That two terms we have to write. Suppose if you want to consider this a1 expression, right? Now coming to the last method, it is the Galerkin method. So here what is the approach here? We have to multiply the residual function with a weight function, and this product should be integrated over the domain, then equated to 0. Now how to get the simultaneous equation? So here for that we are going to use the weight function. So the weight function can be taken from the trial function itself. That is the advantage of Galerkin approach. So here let us see, r of x value already we derived, minus 2a1 minus 12a2 square plus 400x square. Then in the eligible trial function y star of x, we have a1 x minus x square plus a2 x minus x to the power 4. So this x minus x to square term is considered as weight function 1. X minus x to the power 4 is considered as weight function 2. So we can have the two simultaneous equation, right? Integral r of x w1 of x dx equal to 0, one equation. Integral r of x w2 x dx equal to 0, second equation. So like that we can frame two simultaneous equation, and we can solve that equation for getting the values of a1 and a2. So now we will go to the steps. In first one we are considering weight function 1. Weight function 1, integral r of x w1 of x dx equal to 0. Substitute r of x value, substitute the weight function x minus x square, then this is one equation. Then similarly when you take r of x and w2 of x, right, weight function 2, then weight function 2 is x minus x to the power 4. Then these two will give you two simultaneous equation to solve a1 and a2. So let us see the solution also. So now taking the first one, integral r of x w1 of x equal to 0, right, x minus x square. So here x minus x square is multiplied inside this bracket, so total we will get this term So this is r of x has 3 terms, weight function has 2 terms, so totally you will have 6 terms here. And after multiplication we have to do the integration of these 6 terms carefully, and after integration we have to apply the limits 0 to 1. Okay, so after applying the limits we'll reducing the equation. Finally the equation is coming as 1 by 3a1 plus 3 by 5a2 is equal to 20. The first equation using weight function 1. Similarly, using the weight function 2, so integral 0 to 1 r of x minus x to the power 4 is the weight function 2, and do the integration, then equal to 0. So now multiply this x minus x to the power 4 with r of x, we will get again 6 terms. Integrate all the 6 terms, and after that you apply the limits. After applying the limits and then you simplify this equation. Final equation is coming as 3.5 a1 plus 9 by 7 a2 is equal to 42.86, like that. So using calculator we can solve these two equations. Then solving these two equations, finally we are getting the x value, that is that will be the a1 value. So it is minus 0.025. Again we are approximating it as 0, and a2 is getting same value 33.333. So the final solution we are getting 33.33 x minus x power 4. So now we can see the difference in the solution in each method, right? So that is why when you have the high number of unknown, right, in the residual function, we have to go with the either least square method or the Galerkin approach, which will give the more accurate solution than the other two method. So now as I told you, if you want to write this a1, right, if you consider the a1 value is minus 0.025, then your expression will be y star of x will be equal to minus 0.025 multiplied by x minus x square plus 33.33 x minus x to the power 4. So this is the procedure we have to follow. So with that we are closing that weighted residual method. We did two examples, one with the residual function without the x term, with the residual function with the x term. So by studying these two problems combinedly, I think you will understand the various methods of weighted residuals methods. So how to use point collocation method, how to use the subdomain method, least square method, and the Galerkin method. So in the next lecture we will see the Rayleigh-Ritz method, which is also a functional approximation method. So that method we will take up in the next part. So thank you for your patient listening.